One of the questions I'm asked most often is, how do I find a PT near me? The primary resource I use is the Choose PT online directory provided by the American Physical Therapy Association. We start by searching Find a PT. The top link will lead us to the Choose PT online directory, as you can see on the top left. From here, we could type in the search criteria we'd like. However, I prefer not to be too specific, otherwise it may not yield any results. So I think it's crucial that you start by ignoring the setting and the practice focus pieces. Because of this, the only search parameters I use pertain to my desired location and the Find a Specialist piece. So for now, I'll select Texas, and I want to find a pediatric specialist. I'll click Search and wait for the populated results. Here we have a list of PTs who are board certified as clinical specialists in pediatrics within Texas. But even though it shows 34 results, it's a bit deceptive because some are of the same clinician and there are multiple profiles for each agency that clinician might work for, as we can see at the bottom left here. So the real number of people produced is actually less than 30 from this database. But let's assume you're in a state with lots of clinicians, or you're searching for a specialist in orthopedics. You might get hundreds of results. So pretending that's the case, we can narrow our search from Texas to just Austin providers. As you can see, there are now only a fraction of providers we saw earlier. And let's assume you want to look for more details about each provider. By clicking on View Details, you can view a more extensive summary. And let's assume you just want quick glances at their proclaimed practice focuses. Then you just need to click on the red banner beneath their photo. Here you can see that I have other focuses listed in addition to pediatrics. Geriatrics is listed because I treat them with a separate agency on the side, and I frequently evaluate for and alter existing orthotics-assisted technology and DME for both pediatrics and adults. But I do urge people to review practice focuses with caution because that component is input by the clinician. So some carelessly go down the list marking every domain, whether it's truly an area of proficiency or just check the boxes because they see one patient within that category once a year. Again, this is the primary resource that I use, and it's the one that I refer my own family to when they need a PT outside of my expertise. However, if you want to take a much longer route and one that requires a little detective work, you can access a different directory. This time, instead of typing Find a PT, we'll type Find a PT Specialist. The first link that appears is different. We'll click on it, which will take us to the ABPTS website. We will scroll down and click Explore the Directory. We'll punch in the same criteria as before, this time starting with Texas, searching again for a pediatric specialist. What you'll notice is that this database shows significantly more results. However, there's a big difference because this one substantially increases the volume of duplicate clinicians produced. Searching just the Austin area, you'll see that we now have 13 results, again with a duplicate that wasn't present before. And those new names appearing here don't actually have any contact information or a way to reach them. So it just becomes names on a website. that you then have to use your detective skills to Google and search until you find out where they work and how to contact them to see if they're accepting any patients. So it can be incredibly time consuming. And because of that, the first directory is far more efficient.